I this is personal. This is very personal for me personally. I do get when people is saying that you can pray to the saints. I do get what they mean, but personally, I don't, because isn't it Jesus that says that if I don't know what to pray, that He will make intercession for me?
Yep.
You see,
Thank you, dude.
so I don't really require anyone else to be an intercessor besides Christ. So in the similar way, Muhammad pushes himself to be an intercessor for Muslims. Now, how many billion Muslims or how many million Muslims pray at a time?
Sure. If they, well, it's not one world clock, but they all pray at
Yep.
roughly the same time.
Roughly the same time, the same prayer, etc. So
Wait,
Muhammad is then
King, let's greet our guest. Let's greet our guest.
Sure.
Hey,
Let me
Dave,
mute.
how are you doing?
Yeah, I just wanted to gather some thoughts on the Buddhist monks that are walking from Texas to Washington D.C. on peace and love. And one guy got hit by a car and lost his leg actually on the walk. They're not asking for money or anything else, but there's a lot of outpouring and respect, and people are really focused on that. Do you think Buddhism is a good thing?
I think the only good thing in this world is Jesus Christ, and the only way to follow that good thing is be a follower of Jesus Christ. I don't subscribe to Buddhism, to Islam, or to any other religion. I follow my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
So Christians shouldn't be out there supporting him then, right?
I'm not saying that Christians can support whoever they like. God says, love thy neighbor. So if the neighbor is in need, you should be a good Samaritan. All I'm saying is that when it comes to religion, I don't support any religious belief outside of Christianity.
Right. In other words, they're wrong.
If their belief is that there's another God other than Jesus, then yes, their belief is wrong.
That's all I wanted to clarify.
God bless you.
Buddhism, because I was been getting things. They're actually starting to do like things where they're wanting some Cash App money and other things like that, and I'm like, man, I don't feel led of the Lord to send them people any money. You know what I mean? I mean, if I give money, I'd rather give it to a homeless man on the street, because a lot of the churches I really don't support, because most of the churches in America are just, they're all about the money. You got your bigwig Kenneth Copelands and Jesse Duplantis and all these bigwig TV preachers. Church in America is basically dead. It's a Laodicean church. It's a church of greed. It's a church of money. It's a church of just give us all your money. It's all about the money. And when Jesus first made the church, it was about small community homes and just 30 or 40 people gathering in that community and worshiping him and helping each other out. And I think everybody really doesn't have it right, except like the Amish community and the Mennonites, because those people stick together as a community and they support each other and they help each other and they love each other. And whatever other person is in need, they'll help them. And you can go to any church and say, hey, man, I need this or I need that. The first thing they're going to say is no, but if you'll give me $1, God will meet your needs, and turn around, kick you back out on the streets. That's how the church in America operates. And there's really no love up in there at all. I mean, I say, I don't give money to churches. I give money to homeless people on the streets.
I hear you, my friend, right? And
Yeah.
I personally, I don't live in America. I don't know the situation there. I'm hearing it from you, and I appreciate your viewpoint. But right now, we are focusing on Islam, right? And with all due respect, you have nothing to say about Islam at the moment, right?
Islam is fake. I don't believe in it. I believe in Christ.
Nice. Well, God bless you, my friend. I pray all the best for you. I pray that only good things happen to you, and that if any tribulation comes your way, that you grow from it. Have a lovely one. If there are any Muslims who are listening, I would like you to know that I want a conversation with you regarding your beliefs, and it would be greatly appreciated if you can teach us what it is about Islam that it makes you stay a Muslim. I have come to find out that Muslims have been lying to me and to billions of others about the Quran. They say there's only one. They say there's only one. Thanks, Rod. Hey, David, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Your alarm is on. I don't know why TMH wants to come back up. I saw that, dude. Pero may bro, sing goed daw bisa awat date may bro. Eh, weet di what kain mo na iman eh. And just so the people know, did you guys notice he wants to tell you about... Did you guys notice when I asked a Muslim, it's 2026, why are you still a Muslim? It triggered him because instead of answering the question, he asked the question back, started speaking nonsense. Is it so wrong to ask you why you're still a Muslim in 2026? Is that so wrong? My choma.
Good morning. How are we?
Oh, we, as in the singular I, are good. I'm like, wait, man. Is you alright?
Yeah, no, all good, man. All good. Chilling. Actually, prepping to do some car wash stuff and gardening. So,
Oh, lekker, man.
yeah, I'm not of the age where I can just start to do it. I must mentally prepare myself.
Kry klink oud, my bro.
Well, the beard is gray. The body is saying, "What are you doing?" But the mind wants to. So, yeah.
Die gees is gewillig, maar die
Ja.
vlees is swak.
Hey, bruh. No, that's how I need to start on next week. I'm gonna start with this thing where I need to train the body to start taking some punches. But yeah, no, the thing that you mentioned just now, it's like a theme, you know, where you ask a question and then they ask the exact same question back. It happens so much. It's like what do you think of this? Then they just be like, what do you think of this? And it's like, dude, come on. That's ridiculous. But anyway, you can
It is
continue with your
ridiculous.
thing.
It is ridiculous. It's like you're too afraid to give an answer. So you want to hear what's your answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a simple question.
Yep.
And I mean, if you ask me, it's like it should be like a not like a reflex isn't the word, but
A happy expectation.
yeah, why are you Christian? Salvation should be part of the discussion.
Yo.
Loving your
Amen.
neighbor. This is the teachings of my book, to love your neighbor. These are the type of things that needs to be filtered into your answer.
That
And
would
then
be
you
nice.
then what I would do is show me where your Bible teaches this. Because if they tell
Yes.
me, no, but this is and this is it, and I'll be like, okay, show me where your Quran says this. And then we can have a
That's
look at
true.
it. Because love is a it's like chicken teeth in the Quran.
But difficult to find.
Yes,
Oh,
you know.
Salim, goeiemôre, weet jy wat?
Can I answer the question?
What's the
Why
question?
am I still a Muslim in 2026?
Go ahead, Mechoma. I'm listening.
Because Allah willed me to be a Muslim in 2026.
Alhamdulillah,
Is that a
Yeshua.
good enough answer for you?
That's an amazing answer, Mechoma. Because that implies, na, if Allah didn't will it, you wouldn't be a Muslim, right?
100%.
Yesterday. So Allah is the one that's in charge of who is Muslim and who is not Muslim.
Yes.
Now, isn't that a problem?
No, it's not a problem.
If my God was in charge of who is and who is not a Christian, then those who are not a Christian can blame God for being punished for not being what He didn't want them to be.
You're going to get punished for not being a Muslim and not accepting the truth. We believe that.
Exactly. I am gonna be punished for
But
for
why?
not
Why are you
being.
going to get punished? Why are
I'm
you going
not,
to
I'll
get
tell
punished?
you. I'll tell you. Muslims are not punished with hellfire, according to Muslim belief. Christians are
Where do you come
punished
on
with
that?
hellfire.
Where do you come on
Where
that?
do I come on what?
That Muslims is not punished with hellfire.
Well, it depends on the Muslim that you ask.
No, Islamically, you're going to be punished with hellfire.
Just the day, so you are promised hellfire even as a Muslim?
If you're Muslim and you don't follow the commandments and you disobey Allah, you're going to get punished with hellfire.
If you're a good Muslim, you do what Allah says, you pray 5 times a day, you do your best to repent, will you still get punished with hellfire?
How can you get punished if you're doing what you must do? What is that's an illogical question that you ask?
So, in other words, you believe that if you're a good Muslim and you do what you're supposed to do, then you will not get punished, right?
You won't get punished.
So then
Do what
why
you
did
want
you
to.
say Muslims will get punished?
Arthur, does being a Christian naturally guarantee you paradise?
Yes.
So being a Muslim doesn't naturally guarantee you paradise. You need to put in the works. So I can be a Muslim by name, but not by action. But it doesn't mean that I'm Muslim, I'm guaranteed paradise. I
Yep.
think that's where you're conflating the two. So I can be a Muslim by name, disobey God on the day of resurrection and the day of judgment. I'm going to get judged. My abode is hellfire.
Yep. So being a Muslim doesn't really help you in any way.
No, you need to be. I thought you knew such a lot about Islam, but anyway.
You know I know a lot about Islam, Chama.
Okay. So, Arthur, I'm Muslim by name. I acknowledge I'm
Okay.
Muslim, but I don't make my salah. I don't eat pork, but I don't make my salah. I don't eat pork, but I don't fast in the month of Ramadan. I'm a Muslim. I make my salah, but I gamble. I'm a Muslim, and I acknowledge myself as a Muslim, but I break all the rules of Islam. Where do you think I'm going to go to?
I think, Allahu Alam, right?
How's it going to be Allah? Obviously, you can know where your abode is because you've been warned. You've been warned in the Quran. when the Nabi went on Mi'raj, right? He saw certain things. Allah showed him Jannah and Jahannam. He saw people hanging on poles, people's heads, and he asked, who were those? And Allah said it was the Muslim woman who never did this. As the Muslim that never did that. The Muslim that didn't do this. So salvation isn't guaranteed because I accept Islam. Salvation is guaranteed when you accept Islam and do the works.
Nice.
So being a Muslim is
So,
not a package.
so in other words, nice, man. So in other words, paradise is not a reward. Paradise is a salary. Right?
You and your analogies, you're confusing yourself.
If
Is a
let's look at this. Hold on.
Okay, wait. Is a salary a reward?
No.
Why not? If I put hard work through the month and I get a salary, that's my reward for working. So your analogy doesn't make sense, Arthur.
Yep, you're right. I think I used the wrong word. I need to use the word gift. Paradise is not a gift.
Why is it not?
It's a salary.
Why is it not a gift?
A gift is something that you can't earn, correct?
Why can't you earn a gift?
If people give you gifts, normally, normal people give gifts to people on birthdays, right?
Okay.
Do they earn those gifts?
Did they work for the gifts? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Because your analogies, you're confusing yourself with your analogies that you're making.
You can say that as much as you like, my bro, but a
Because,
gift
Arthur,
is something you don't earn. A gift is given out of the goodness and kindness of the giver, not out of the doings of the receiver.
Okay. Now let's make an example quickly. Simple example. There's levels in Jannah, right? According to Muslim understanding. So my
Okay.
Jannah will be the same like your Jannah. Alright? Although we get in Jannah, certain people will get a higher Jannah. Is that the
Okay.
gift that they're getting a higher Jannah?
Are you asking me for my opinion?
Yeah.
No, it's a reward.
Yeah. But isn't it a gift also?
No. No.
I'm
A
going to
gift.
carry on working. I just want
Check
to
this out.
clarify. You're confusing me.
No
You're making
problem,
me brain.
Choma. Check this out. A gift is something that somebody gives you and you didn't do anything to deserve it. That is the definition of a gift. A reward is something you work for, like a salary. You can't work for a gift.
Okay. Fine, Arthur.
Je moet lekker werk bij Choma, man. Misschien praten ze weer later.
Example, I worked, right? Now, at my work, I got my salary as a bonus, with my bonus, alhamdulillah. And then I got a gift from my manager because I'm working there. So that's how it works. If I didn't work there, I wouldn't have gotten the gift.
Okay. Could somebody give you a gift? Could somebody give you a gift without working?
Arthur, listen again to what I'm saying because maybe you'll understand.
Salim, why are you
I work.
pretending like I don't understand what you're saying?
I worked by my work, I got my salary, right? And I got my bonus, right? And then because I worked there, I got a gift from my boss. If I didn't work there, I wouldn't have gotten the gift.
Did you earn that gift?
Yes, because I worked.
So if you earned it, that
If I
means you
wasn't-
deserved it, right?
If I wasn't working there, right? The thing that you need to differentiate, a gift doesn't have to be given. That's what you must differentiate.
I
It
get you,
doesn't have to
Salemero.
be.
You believe you can work for a gift.
You put
I
effort
get
into
you.
it. Let's put it
Yeah.
this way.
You
You put
deserve
effort.
the gifts that you get.
No, you put effort in for a gift. You know what I mean? If I am good to somebody, right? I have good mannerism towards that individual. I'm putting effort into that individual. He feels that he needs to buy me a gift. Did I put work in?
Watch, I'm gonna answer you and let's see if you're gonna answer me. Did you put work in? Yes. Did you deserve that gift?
Whether I deserved it or not, did I put work in to attain the gift?
Yeah, I answered you. You're not answering me.
Okay, so ask again.
Did you deserve that gift?
That's dependent on the individual that's giving it to me.
If you deserve something, that means you put in you met the
Okay,
requirements to get it, right?
right.
Okay.
So again,
What are the requirements to get a gift?
it depends because it's a broad spectrum, right? I got a gift I got flowers from somebody because I treated them nicely. The work that I did was I treated them nicely. Do you think you would have bought me a gift if I didn't treat him nicely?
Here, let me answer your question. No, it's not a certainty that they would have bought you a gift. Now,
But through
here,
the
now,
works,
no
through
problem. I
the
accept you worked for this person and they gave you a gift. Your point is your work is the reason they gave you a gift. Now, if they didn't give you a gift, would they have been wrong?
there was no thing there's nothing wrong if they didn't give the gift.
Thank you. So you don't
I'm not
deserve the thing
expecting.
that they give you, right?
No, don't say I don't deserve. I didn't expect the gift.
You didn't expect. Who was speaking? You're just adding new elements to the conversation.
No,
Who
I'm giving you
said
the answer.
anything about expectation?
No, I'm giving you the answer, Arthur. Once I get a gift, right? I put in effort without any expectation. I didn't put in it. I wasn't nice to that person thinking that he's gonna give me a salary. But I'm putting in effort, right? Whether he buys or whether he don't buy doesn't matter. But it all boils down to the effort that I put into that individual caused him to buy me a gift.
Okay, great. What's
So
the
the
difference
work I
between,
put in,
okay, is your salary a gift?
that's fine, Arthur. You just every time you're changing the scenario, and I gave you the answer of the understanding. Effort needs to be put in so that somebody feels it's worth it giving that individual a gift. Simple.
What effort did a child put in to receive a gift on his birthday?
What effort?
Yeah, that's the question. What effort did a child put in? A 1-year-old, what effort did he put in to get a gift on his birthday?
Was born.
So
He was there.
Allah he gave me faith. Allah he gives me faith. Allah he gives me faith. He gives me faith.
Because
Allah he gives me faith.
you
Allahu Akbar.
conflating.
Subhanallah.
You,
Thank you, man. You said the work that the
you
baby put
conflating,
in is to be
Arthur.
born. So being born is a work of a baby. That's how he earns his presents.
The reason why I'm going to that analogy, because it's the analogy of the gift that you are referring to is the gift that Allah gives you. Right? Allah gives you a gift.
I didn't talk
The
about Allah. I
father
talked about
feels
the
I need to
parent.
buy my child a gift. No.
So what effort did the
Your
baby put
reference
in?
about gifts and work. It's fine, Arthur.
You see, Mechoma,
I gave you
sometimes
an
ne,
explanation.
sometimes you stick to what you want to believe, ne, even when you can't justify it. You say that you need to work towards, in order to receive a gift. Okay, how do babies work
In
in order to
context,
get a gift?
in the context of what we are speaking, and that's what you tend to do. You speak about a context, and then you ask questions based out of that context, right? So, in the context of what we were speaking about effort being put in to get a reward, right? So, based on the context of effort, you spoke about salary, and then you spoke about gift, and you spoke about this. Based on the fact that your salvation lies in Jesus Christ, and if you accept, you get the gift of paradise. Hence, we as Muslims need to work. And then you equated the two, that the one is a gift and the other one is a reward like a salary. Then you asked me about what is a gift. Then I gave you an example that sometimes an individual can put effort in to also attain a gift. So in that context, a Muslim put effort in, he gets the reward, which is a gift in that context. But asking a question, what does a baby get, doesn't fit into the context.
Let's just go with reward. Let's just go with gift. Let's see what it says when I type in gift. Allah, He gives me faith. Dude, my bro, we need. I want that song. I really need that song.
Type in what is a gift when it comes from Allah.
Something that is bestowed voluntarily and without compensation. So a gift is something that someone gives you voluntarily and it's without compensation. So in other words, someone didn't work for it. Allah, He gives me faith.
Okay. Type in, can you work and get a gift?
Can you work and get a gift? Choma, if you are at your job right now, let's imagine you're working in someone's house. Hold on.
Arthur.
Let's imagine that you're working at someone's house. I refuse, my Choma. If you work in someone's house and they give you something because they appreciate the job that you did, you didn't earn that.
Right. Okay, Arthur. Type in, can you get a gift while working? Because that will
Obviously, you can get a gift while working, Salim.
So what's the condition?
You're saying that you're working for the gift. You can't work for a gift.
No, Arthur. And you are confusing yourself with that. Your reward that you get is the effort. So Allah gives you Jannah. But based on the work, He can give you a higher Jannah. So the higher Jannah is a gift. Do you get it? That's why you can work and get a gift. So me and
If
you,
there are requirements to meet in order to... Hold on, I hear you. If there are requirements to meet in order to receive something, then those requirements mean that you are earning what you are getting. If you get something for nothing in return, then that is a gift.
Okay. So let me rephrase again. I need to do my effort in, Alright? I put in my effort. I make my salah. I give my zakah. I do whatever I need to do as a Muslim. Alright? You do the exact same thing, but our sincerity varies when it comes to that stuff. But because I was a little bit more sincere than you, just sincerity, Allah gives me a gift of a higher paradise than yours, although we both attain paradise. So what is the higher paradise? It's a gift.
All good, Saleh, man. I'm gonna let you get back to your work, my chuma. You must have a wonderful day. Allah, He gives me faith. Allah, He gives me faith. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Gift me with more money because I work. Are there any Muslims here willing to have a conversation about the fact that there's more than one Quran? The Muslim da'i have been lying to us. Bold-faced lies. Bold-faced lies. They have been saying there's one Quran, and yet when we look at it, Luke, Dylan, Allah, He gives me faith. Ow, Muhammad Bidi. Let's see if Muhammad is going to be respectful. Why? Muhammad is not loading in. Muhammad is not loading in. Ow, Muhammad.
Alright, how's it?
Lekker cheese, Shoma. Hoe gaat het met jou?
Right in met jou?
Het baat die klaar niet met Shoma. God is goed en ik deserve sy goodness. He.
Sy deserve het, ja, dis reg. Right, waar begin ons nou? Waar begin ons op die question
we
wat
are talking-
of begin ons op die ander question?
We are talking about the fact that Muslims have been lying to us about there only being one Quran that's word for word, recitation for recitation, the exact same.
That's exact same, yes.
All the Qurans in the world
no one.
today,
Huh?
okay? All the Qurans in the world today, are they exact same?
Exact the same.
Word for word, recitation for
Word
recitation.
for word, recitation.
Sure.
If you don't want to believe that, then you go fit someone in Germany and I'll recite and then he can recite. Then we see the difference.
Oh, okay. Let's see. In the time of the Prophet, Umar bin Al-Khattab, he was learning the Quran from the Prophet directly. Right? There was another man named Hisham bin Hakim, who also learned the Quran from the Prophet. If the Quran is exactly the same, word for word, recitation for recitation, then these two people should never argue about how to recite the Quran, right? If they argue about the recitation, that means the Quran is different, right?
No, it isn't different. Do you know about Kira?
Wait. Kira, what's that?
Okay, you don't know Kira. It's a way of recitation. Nah?
Okay.
Like the Hafiz, you will see it in competitions if they recite the Quran, man. Who's now reciting the nicest of the Quran, a melody's voice, right? Now, Kira
Okay.
is something you can recite, say, like a Qari up, na? You will recite, na? But you can't recite the Quran in Salah, in the Qari, you see? You must recite the Quran like straight and simple only, you see?
No problem.
That's
So
what it
let me
means
get it
by the
straight.
seven. That's what it means by the
So,
7 ways of
okay.
reciting the Quran.
So you're saying it's all about the way you say the word. It has nothing to do with a different word.
Yes, it's the way now.
Okay. So it's not, so you say all people, they say the same words, but they just say the words differently.
How can I say no? It's not differently, man.
Yo, I'm getting confused. I'm really getting confused. In one moment you say they say it differently,
That is
and
not
in the
so.
next moment you say
How
they
can a
don't say it
person like
differently.
you get confused? You explain me a Trinity, but you're the one telling me you get confused. Is this as net so
Yeah,
way?
because what you're saying is contradictory.
Een way they sing iets af, een way they praat iets af. So, for example.
So do the recitations have different words? Yes or no?
As they don't have different words, I'm telling you now. Ek sê
Okay.
nou vir jou, as jy nie weet nie, dan gaan haal sy iemand van my in Germany, China, whatever, dan recite hy, dan recite ek, dan gaan ek jou wys, het kom na dieselfde toe. It's no different.
Okay, watch this. Abu, my friend, are you here?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I am well, Abu. Thanks for joining, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Nice. Abu, do the recitations differ in any way?
Yeah, of course they differed.
Do they differ in wording?
No, they don't differ in wording, but the recitation differ.
So two people, one uses the hafs and one uses the wash. They would recite the Quran differently, right?
Yeah, they will recite it differently on pronunciation, as I told you earlier. You know word?
Okay.
Okay,
So
let me give you
I accept
you
your
want
answer.
to know. Okay,
I
no.
accept your answer.
Yeah, thank you very much. But there is one thing I want us to talk about it. That is why I came off. We have been discussing about this issue since yesterday, and you even dropped me for that. I think the only best way for us to do it is that you have to give me a time for me to educate you on the qira'at and the ruwayat of the Quran. So as you can understand that if the Quran is one, or the ruwayats make the Quran to be more than one.
I don't have to sit through an entire lesson, Abu. I can
Okay.
ask you basic questions, and then if I accept what you say in your answer, I will get an understanding.
Okay, so
Is
now
that
let
true?
me give you a brief.
Hold on.
Okay.
Again, you're trying to give me a teaching. Let me simply ask you questions, and
Okay,
then
go
we
ahead.
can see from there. Do the qira'at differ in wording?
No.
Okay, so all qira'at, hafs, wash, duri, all have the exact same words.
Yes.
Okay, if I find two qira'at, with different words, then either you are lying or you are misunderstood.
Yeah, of course.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I have two qira'ats in front of me,
Yeah.
Hafs and Duri.
It says
Are these highlighted words, are they the same or are they different words?
they are the same words.
They are the same words.
Of course.
So Ajipta and Ajiptu are the same words.
Yeah, of course.
So let me get this straight. The scholars who translate the Quran, those who are highly educated enough to be authorized to translate the Quran, they made a mistake when they translated the one word differently to the other.
Ajifta and Ajiftu in Arabic words are one word. They are all the same. But in English, if you want to translate Ajifta and Ajiftu, you have to make a difference. And like for instance, now let me give you an example. I and you can be used in the same place.
What? Give me an example.
Like for instance now, I, it means signified one person, right?
Yes, and who is the person?
No, I'm just giving you this direct explanation. Then you
No
also
problem.
signified one person and more, isn't it?
You is one person, yes.
You is one
I
person
is also
and
one
more.
person.
And more, right? It can be used in singular and it can be used in plural, isn't it? In terms of plural or in terms of singular?
How do you use you in plural?
Okay, now I can see two people and say you, and it is acceptable in English, right? I can see three people and say you.
What?
They are you. Yeah.
So all three of us are one?
Yeah, according to the uses of you, it can be used, listen, it can be used in one person, two person, three person, and even more.
Good. Let's talk about meanings. Is there a meaning difference between I and you?
Yeah, in English they are different.
In English, there's a difference. In Arabic, is there a difference between I and you?
In Arabic,
That's the question.
yeah, I'm asking you. You are bringing the only listen to me and understand. Yes?
Is there a difference in Arabic between the Arabic word I and the Arabic word you?
No, there is no any difference.
What? There's no difference. So hold on. Let me get you straight. According to you, there's no difference between the Arabic word I and the Arabic word you. There's no difference.
In Arabic word there is different. This one I is Ana. And listen, let me give you. This one I in Arabic it means Ana. You in Arabic it means Anta, not Ana. Anta and Ana. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. So Anta and Ana in Arabic language are two different things. Are you with me? But here, show me where Ana and Anta are there in this verse you just bring. بل عجبت ويسخرون. بل عجبت ويسخرون. you must join the ain, jim, and ba and ta together to give you a single meaning. You can't just separate ta alone to say you will give it a single meaning while it is dependent. Ta'un here, it is not independent. It is dependent with ba, jim, and ta and a. Are you with me?
My brother, can I ask the host a quick question, please? And then I want to ask the same question to you. God bless you guys. Sorry
Okay.
Yo, James, man.
God bless, my man. I want to ask you, Arthur, I'm going to use the same question that you asked, but I need to get an answer from you as a Christian, and I want to ask the question to my Muslim brother, and I want to see if the answer is the same. So the question is, my brother, Arthur, if I say, I slept with your wife, or I say, you slept with your wife, is that the same person sleeping with your wife, or is it two different people sleeping with your wife?
It's not the same person.
So it's
Two different people.
Okay, so my Muslim brother, my question to you is, if I say I slept with your wife, or I say you slept with your wife, are they the same person or two different people?
Two different people.
Beautiful. So now using the same logic, two different people in the Quran, when it says, but I am amazed and you are amazed, you will agree, using your common sense logic, I and you are two different people, correct?
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much. That's all I wanted to ask. God bless you guys.
God bless you, James. But when you speak about the Quran, Abu, suddenly common sense gets thrown out of the window.
No.
You just said I and you are the same thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gave
but
you what you want to hear, but I am trying to give you the exact meaning of the Quran. We are talking about the Quran here, man. We are not talking about the English language or Arabic language. We are talking about the
true.
Let me
Quran
ask
here.
you in Arabic,
Are
then,
you
my
with
brother.
me?
Let me ask you in Arabic. In Arabic, if I say in Arabic, I slept with your wife, and in Arabic I say you slept with your wife. You saying when
Okay,
I
say it in Arabic. Let me hear.
that's the same
Let me
person?
see
I
that
can't
you
speak
understand the
brother.
Arabic.
I can't speak
Okay,
Arabic. I
so
can't
if you
speak
can
Arabic, but
speak,
listen,
if you cannot
I
speak
got you.
Arabic,
Listen to my question.
What
Listen
is
to
the
my
difference
question.
between?
If
Let me give you an Arabic word
But
to
listen to my
give me
question
the
again.
difference
But
between
please,
them.
my brother, listen. If I say
Okay.
it in Arabic, if I don't speak Arabic, but if I say in Arabic, I slept with your wife, does it mean you slept with your wife?
It doesn't mean that because
Thank you.
all of
There we
them,
go.
the
So
key
there we go.
changes. The key
Beautiful. So now we
changes.
can
Are you
see
with
that the
me?
key
But here,
changes from me to you.
yes, from I to you.
See?
Yeah, of course. Because I means ana, as I say it in Arabic, ana, and you means anta, as I say it.
So again, looking at the verse, you agree that the verse in Arabic is pointing to two different people when it says I and you, correct?
No, it is not pointing to two different people here.
Can you see the screen, or am I blind? What's on the screen? Is it showing you the same person or a different person?
The same person, because I said,
So then it's fine. So if you
listen,
sleep with your wife and I sleep with your wife, it's the same person.
you
then?
know, you are giving a statement which is outside the context we're talking about right now. What we're talking about the verse of the Quran. So don't bring any explanation of yours outside the Quran. Let us talk about the Quran right now. I said, ta here you are bringing out because all the problem lies on the ta alphabet here. The ta at the first word it contains dhamma, while the second one it contains fatha. That is the only difference. So now I say
does that difference? Hold on, wait. Does that difference change the meaning?
The ta no, it doesn't change the meaning. It doesn't change the meaning here. With me? Are you with me? The ta here, I told you, it is independent. It is dependent. Sorry, it is not independent. If to say you say that, bal it has fatha or dhamma, bal it is independent. Ajibta also it is independent. It is component words.
One more
component.
thing. One more thing. I need to go, my brother. Let me ask you this, my brother. I just want to ask you.
Yeah.
If I know this is a big if, hypothetically, if the Quran wrote, if I'm reading the Quran and I wrote, but I slept with your wife, and the second one, but you
James.
slept with your wife. Let's just say that's
You don't use.
let's say
We
that-
don't
I know,
use
my brother,
if.
let me-
Listen, please. Whilst
Allah
putting the
uses
example
say
in the Quran,
is if that was
you
in
as
the
a
Quran,
human,
my brother, you're not
that you
listening. You're
cannot
not listening.
say
I'm just-
anything concerning the Quran. You don't say if. It's
Hold on,
only
Abu.
if only
Hold
when
on,
the Quran
Abu.
say
If you want to be respected when you talk, don't interrupt my brother when he's talking, please.
Okay.
I
Give
understand
us a
what you're
time.
saying, Abu, my brother Abu.
Okay.
I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Thank
what
you
I'm
very
saying
much.
is, if I use the same words in the Quran, that's in the Quran now, that's highlighted, if those words the Quran had, but I slept with your wife, and but you slept with your wife, you would agree that you and I are not talking about the same person, correct? This is very important. We need to establish that the wording there with the markings above, the kasras above the words are explaining it is a different person, not the same. You must
Okay,
be
are you
able to
done?
see that. You must
Can
be
I say
honest enough
something?
to see that. Sure, you
Can I
can.
say
Wait,
something?
before you say something, let me
Before I say-
greet
James.
Simon. Hey, Simon, how
God
you
bless
doing?
you guys. How are you?
Nice, man. You said you're an Arabic speaker, right?
Yeah, I speak Arabic from Iraq. So
Oh, nice.
Arabic dialect from Iraq. But I wanted James, brother James wanted to, he wanted James to speak in Arabic and ask him, are you a fluent Arabic speaker? Mr. I don't know, squiggly line Arabic. Abu, do you speak fluent Arabic? Or are you learning Arabic?
I'm still learning.
So you're still learning. Okay, so with all due respect, then I'll ask you in Arabic. Then I speak fluent Arabic. So what James asked you, I'll ask it to you in Arabic. Ani nimet wiya martek, lo inte nimet wiya martek. Is that one person or two people?
You repeat the question?
Ani nimet wiya martek, lo inte nimet wiya martek.
There are
Is that
two
one
persons
person
because
or two people?
Ani and enter signifies two people.
Exactly. So ajabtu or ajabta is the same thing. That's two separate people.
No.
No?
Yeah, of course.
He knows more Arabic than me, guys. He's learning, but I guess, we tried. But for James, for you, let you know, man, he doesn't know what he's talking about. When it comes to Arabic, he has no idea what he's saying.
And
Maybe you
God
can
bless
say that.
We must remember that he is an African and the Quran came for the Arabs. So unfortunately, I'm African as well, and the Quran didn't come for me. The Quran clearly states it came for the people of Arabia. That's why it came in an Arabic language. Now, this is why he has to be forced to learn Arabic to try to understand the clear Quran. And Abu, I'm saying this to you with love, my brother. You need to find a religion that loves you for who you are, not trying to make you someone you're not. The Quran wants you to be an Arab, you're not. The Quran wants you to learn Arabic because Allah doesn't understand your language. So I'm saying to you now, telling an Arabic-speaking person that you know better than him what the word actually says, shows me that you're not willing to actually learn, but you're trying to convince other people of the little that you
The
know.
Quran, James, there is one claim that I have to clear it for you, is that the Quran doesn't force anybody to change your language or anything. As we all know that even the Bible wasn't revealed in English, it was revealed in Aramaic, and some people or many people translate it into English and now into different language as well as the Quran. The Quran was interpreted into different language. So as far as you are not an Arab, then you can read and you can understand the Quran.
Who does the Quran
But
say?
the only thing here, listen, the only thing here is that you guys, you are bringing the verses of the Quran without you learning the Quran, even though There are some of Christian scholars that if they want to talk about the Quran, they have to go and learn the Quran and learn the context of the Quran and everything about the Quran before they talk about the Quran. And now you are just bringing some verses from the Quran, trying to make people understand that this is the meaning of the verse, while it is not the meaning of that verse.
Is the Quran, sorry to cut you off, is the Quran Arabic different than regular Arabic?
Yeah, of course it is.
Okay, so if I was on a deserted island, right, and I had a Quran, if I was on a
Even you,
deserted island,
let me ask you,
and
let me tell you
Stop
something, Simon.
interrupting, Abu. Stop
Let me
interrupting.
tell you something,
hold on.
Stop
Simon.
interrupting.
I'm
one
not
second,
interrupting
just let
anybody
me ask you
here.
a question, and then you can answer. If I was in a deserted island, and I found a Quran, right, and I started reading the Quran, and I learned the Quran, right, that's all I learned. If I go to an Arabic country, and I speak to them in Arabic, they won't understand me? Because it's a different Arabic, right?
They can understand you.
How? You just said it's a different Arabic.
Yeah, of course, it is different Arabic because immediately you spoke an Arabic, the Arabic of the Quran, someone will definitely understand this is the Arabic of the Quran, not the Arabic of anyone that is speaking.
Yeah, so that's two languages then.
I told you that Quran, it is an Arabic.
Arabic what?
It was revealed in Arabic.
Exactly.
It was revealed in Arabic.
In my
But
language, not yours, right?
There is one thing you have to know. Bible was translated into English. Anywhere you go and spoke an English of a Bible, someone will just say that I had this word inside Bible. Someone will understand that, as well as the Quran.
My brother, when the disciples spoke in tongues, they spoke in different languages, correct? So the people understood, meaning that the Bible wasn't, that the message of Jesus wasn't just for the Jews. It came to all people. That's why they were able to understand it in all languages. Now, my question is, the Quran makes a claim, and it says it came for the Arab people in a language that they would understand. This is why when we go to the verse of the Quran where it says Ajibta and Ajibtu, there's an obvious and clear contradiction in who is the one, me or you or I. You, sir, are trying to make it make sense because you realize that the God of Islam gave you a Quran that's not clear enough for you to understand, and it came in the Qurayshi dialect. Now, you none of that. You're not Arab, you're not Qurayshi, and this is why you have to rely on other people to teach you about what Allah is trying to say in the Quran. Now, instead of learning from Arabic-speaking people, when he's teaching you that you and I, Ajibtu, are two different people, you are being cocky and trying to tell him about a language you don't speak. So this is why it's important to humble yourself and take upon the message of other people and learn from them. Don't be cocky and rude and tell them that they don't understand it, they don't know what they're talking about. You should be saying, wow, I didn't know that since I don't speak Arabic.
Okay, now there is one submission I want to make. Then I drop down. Not only you that speak Arabic, but even the people that the Quran was revealed at their time, they have to went to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for him to explain what the Quran is trying to tell them. Despite the fact that they are Arabs people, you have to understand that. So with that, you have to understand that the Arabic of the Quran is different from any Arabic you're speaking in the world. So for you, even you are an Arab, listen please, you don't when you are talking, I don't interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me.
I apologize.
With that, you have to know that even if you are an Arab person, you was raised in Arab people, within Arab tribe and Arab geographical area, while reading the Quran, of course. You will read the Quran. I don't argue with you that you can understand some of the Quran, but there is what you have in the Quran which you will not understand only when if you are speaking Arabic, except when you go to the people, to those people that knows the Quran, to the scholars of the Quran, for them to explain what the verse is trying to teach you about the Quran.
I need you to jump in there now. So my question to you would be, is the Quran claims to be clear, perfectly detailed in explanation of all things. If the Quran is clear And it clearly says, but I am amazed. And then it clearly says, but you are amazed. Why, if the Quran is clear, do I need to go to scholars? Remember, Allah claims the Quran is clear. Allah himself says the Quran is a clear book, a perfectly detailed book. It is a book for all of humanity. Why then do I need to go to other people to learn the Quran if the Quran is claiming to be clear? Is Allah a liar?
Okay, so despite the fact that you don't understand the Quran doesn't mean that the Quran wasn't clear. It is only you that you don't understand it. Like for instance now, when you take a book of a science, everything was well explained in a book of a science, but you have to go to a teacher for him to teach you how to solve some problem inside that book that you think you can read and understand it. So that is how the Quran is. Doesn't mean that you don't understand the verses of the Quran, doesn't mean that the Quran does not explain everything clear. Did you agree with me? Let's be honest.
No problem.
We have to agree. Do you agree? Fine. Okay, watch
So,
this. Do you
We can't
agree,
hear you, James.
Did I agree with?
You agree that the Quran claims that it's a clear book?
Yeah, of course, it is a clear book. Everybody knows that.
Okay. So what? Hang on a second, brother. If the Quran claims to be clear and something is unclear, so let's just say, I'll give you this example. If I say to you the Quran says it's a clear book, and then I say the Quran says it's an unclear book, is that a contradiction?
Yeah, it is contradiction.
Beautiful. So in Surah 3:7, it says that it's an unclear book, but Surah 12:1, 11:1, 15:1 says that the Quran is a clear book. So is the Quran a clear book or an unclear book?
It is a clear book for those who learned the Quran and understand it. It is unclear
Beautiful.
book for those
Is that a
who
Muslim?
just read it and without
Okay, hang on. Listen.
understanding
Is the
it.
Quran clear to you? Is the Quran clear to you?
Yeah, some of the verse are clear to me. Some of the verse I have to go to my Muslim scholars for me to explain, for them to explain it to me.
But you just said that the Quran is clear if you are a Muslim and you are an honest Muslim like you.
I told you that doesn't mean that when you read something and you don't understand it, doesn't mean that things you read haven't explained anything. It is only
so
you
watch
that
this. The
doesn't
Quran also
understand
claims
what
that
you
only
just
un-
read.
ma-
You know,
I know, but the
reading and
Quran says that
understanding are two
only
different
Allah
things. We all know
understands.
that, right?
But the Quran says only Allah understands certain verses.
Yeah, of course, there is certain verses like Alif Lam Mim which has 2 letter words or 3 letter words, which only Allah knows what He meant with that, and it contains no commands, no direction, no anything. So leave it for Him. But for those ones,
So notice
for those
now, so
verses,
notice.
listen, please. For those verses that commands you about something, or those verses that give you a history of something, if you don't understand it, doesn't mean that the Quran haven't give a clear detail on it. Go and ask those who learned the Quran. That is why I say, that is what the Quran
Beautiful.
says, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. If you don't know, ask those who knows better than you.
Yeah, but that's talking about the Jews and the Christians. That means you must
No.
come to me and ask
No.
me. Your Quran
No, no,
says
no, no,
to
no, no.
Muhammad,
No.
if you in doubt,
No.
hang on a second, you spoke now. Hang on a second. The Quran says in Surah 21:7 and 10:94, if you are in doubt, come to the Christians and the Jews, the people of the scripture, if you are in doubt. That's why I'm saying to you, the clear Quran is clearly telling us that either you are amazed or I am amazed. If it's not clear, then there's confusion, because if I'm telling you now that I don't know who you is and who I is, because it's a difference, then your Quran is misleading me, misguiding me, and confusing me. Is this verse in the Quran, is this verse a clear verse or a unclear verse?
As I say to you, every verse, every single verse in the Quran, it is a very, very clear verse for those who understand the verse. And for you, you cannot just read something and say that you understand it, unless you go to the people that understand it better than you, they explain to you. what you just read, because there are two things, different things here. Reading and understanding are two different things. You can't just match, you cannot just say that I read something and I understand it at the same time. No, it can never happen. There is something that you will read and you couldn't understand it unless you go to the people that understand it more than
Watch
you.
again now.
They makes you
Abu.
understand.
Abu,
That is why,
in the
listen,
Quran,
please, I'm
if
just
Muhammad
giving
was
you
in
this.
doubt-
I'm going to drop.
I'm landing now.
please, we heard you. We heard you.
In the Quran,
Go ahead,
if
James.
Muhammad was in doubt, where was Muhammad supposed to go if he was in doubt?
That is
Who
where the
was going
Quran
to
directs him
explain
to
and
go.
help Muhammad? Where? Where does it tell Muhammad to go?
The Torah and the Gospel.
No, it doesn't tell him to go to the Torah and the Gospel. He goes to the people that have the Torah and the Gospel. He means he goes to the Jews and the Christians to learn if he's in doubt. But it also says in 1094 that this is talking generally to the Muslims, if the Muslims are in doubt. Now you came to Arthur, the host of this live, and you are coming to him. And when he explains something to you, you have to accept it because your Allah tells you, if you are in doubt, go to the people that have reading the scriptures before you, the Jews and the Christians. But I got to run. Thanks, guys.
God bless you, James. Have a lovely one, man. Abu also left. Just for the people that are still here, this is what I found after doing a little bit of research. Hopefully, people still accept what their scholars say. Let's just read what the scholar has to say about this verse. In Jami al-Tirmidhi, right? In Jami al-Tirmidhi, in the explanation of this verse, he gives quite a lengthy explanation. Let's read a little bit of it. It says here, but you wonder while they mock. He is saying the reciters differed in their reading of this verse. Nay, the majority of the Kufan reciters read it as I wonder, and they mock, with the ta in I wonder, pronounced with the Dhamma, meaning, nay, they're taking a partner for me, and their denial of my revelation is a great and grave matter to me. And they mock, talking about Allah. The majority of the reciters of Medina and Basra and some of the Kufan reciters, ta, read it as you wonder, with the pronunciation with a fatha, meaning nay, you, O Muhammad, wonder, and they mock this Quran. The correct thing to say about this is that they are two well-known readings among the reciters of the major cities. So whichever one is recited, reads, is correct. Now, if someone were to say, how can the reader be correct in both of them given the difference in their meaning? People have, the scholar is now explaining, if somebody points out the difference in meaning, how should you reply? It would be said, even though their meanings differ, each of their meanings is correct. According to Jami al-Tirmidhi, one of the most prominent scholars of Islam, the readings between the two differ in meaning. So if a Muslim comes to me trying to explain to me that there's no difference in the meaning or in the wording, they are either lying to us or they don't know. I'll highlight it. Even though their meaning differs, each of their meanings is correct. Now at least we got that sorted. Doe het met Choma. Je zei het gezien wat gebeurt.
Sorry,
Hoe
waar?
is ik nou?
Ek was net
Het my
bezig
gesê.
om kaarte was.
Ja, je hebt mij gezegd. Ik moet net vasthang, is amper klaar.
Ja. Ek het hier gesit en vrees. Hierdie man gaan die ding stop.
Tja. Als het in die direction gaan, weet je maar.
Ek weet. Dis hoekom ek net gesê het, byt net vas asseblief, is amper klaar. Ek kan hoor is amper daar.
Oké, nee, ja, maar bro, hoekom ken je man zo goed, mijn broer? Opbouwen, man. Yesterday.
Ja, nee, bra, man moet jou vrienden ken.
True, man, moet je ook wel ken. King, is je nog met jou, man?
King is weer diep in de lees, ek sê jou. King, wat lees jy? Jo. Hy laat jy
Oké,
nog
gauw
groot, bra.
los. Zodat hij die karken was.
Yes, bra. Dat ek my mute laat julle nie my gesteenery hoor nie.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate Abu coming up and talking about it. It's very clear there's more than one Quran. The recitations differ in meaning. That's what the scholars say. Even though their meanings differ, each meaning is correct. So, the Quran was revealed in two different ways. Now, you can't say therefore there's one Quran, or can you? Even though two different recitations have different words, different meanings. You still want to claim? Yeah, King.
Look here. You and I are the same thing. You and I, we're the same thing, brother. You're not gonna get past this one. We're the same thing.
And look here, when you talk about you talk about a plural. You is a plural word, my chama.
You and I, we're the same thing. Don't mess with us now.
Sure. Alhamdulillah, Yeshua, my bro.
So who was shocked? You or I? Which one is it?
It's one and the same.
Oh man, this is good. This is good for the Muhammadan.
Yep. Logical thinker made a good point. That is proof that Allah is Muhammad. What the James? My wife was shocked.
I think the massive problem is the seven recitations of the Quran. So Muslims, the emphasis that Muslims want to lay is that it's fine if there is 7 different recitations, it's still one Quran. No, it is not one Quran. It is 7 different Qurans. Because of the wording has changed. The scenario
And the meaning.
And the meaning, yeah. If the wording changed, the meaning automatically change. You know. So, and the example that you always use of Al-Hassam and Umar Al-Khattab, the issue in the mosque, in terms of the recitation of Al-Furqan, is massive, because he said, I've never heard this recitation. He said so. I've never heard this recitation. So he didn't talk about the melody of the recitation. He didn't talk about the sounds of the recitation. He was actually talking about the reading of Al-Furqan. So he had a problem with how it was pronounced, because the pronunciation of Al-Furqan was different. That's why he said this doesn't sound right. You know, coming back to Muhammad, and they took him back to Muhammad, and Muhammad said, "This is how it was revealed to me." You see, this is what Muhammad says in the first recitation of Al-Hasam, Al-Hakam, sorry. And then Umar al-Khattab has to go and recite the exact same Al-Furqan. He said, this is how it was revealed to me, in terms of the recitation. So Muhammad, to me personally, Muhammad is the culprit here, and Muhammad has changed the recitations. Now here's the thing, here's the kicker. Did Muhammad at one point forget surahs of the Quran?
Yes.
So if Muhammad has forgotten the Quran itself, and he's supposed to be the principal reciter of the Quran, how is it that he forgets the recitation? So if he forgets the recitation, he can also alter the recitations. I think they got hold of him on that particular recitation business, and that's where Muhammad made it up by saying, no, this is how it was revealed to me. Because I don't think that Muhammad has accurately memorized the Quran.
That's a good one. Another good reason to say that Muhammad didn't memorize the Quran properly or accurately is the fact that he makes excuses for forgetting it. He says, don't blame me for forgetting it, because Allah is the one that makes me forget it. Now, which is weird. Why would God reveal revelation to you and then make you forget the revelation and then give you the same revelation in a different way? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because remember that the Quran is written down on the eternal tablet, right?
Yes, it's true, James.
If there was abrogation taking place, and if Allah have caused Muhammad to forget the Quran, right? Was there an altering or changing in the eternal tablet? That is also what needs what we need to look at, because according to Islam, Allah has written down the Quran. Is it 5,000 or 50,000 years before the
50,000.
50,000 years before the revelation. So if He has written down the original 50,000 years before the revelation of the Quran, but all of a sudden there is now abrogation in the Quran, did Allah not take into consideration the abrogation? And was the eternal tablet changed? Who changed that tablet is the question.
Where is it not? Which verse is it? Chapter Taha, verse 114. Is that the one? Because the Quran also says Allah makes Muhammad recite the Quran so that he does not forget. So the Quran says.
Logic thinker, that's a good question. Is all the Qira'at eternal? That's a very good question. Because now you have seven different recitations, 7 different Qira'at. If 7 different Qira'at is divinely inspired, then oops, Islam is sitting with a problem. Is it all eternal? They're sitting with a problem now, yeah.
So that's not the verse. Where is this verse? Where is it? Verse 6. Let's see if it's this one. Chapter Alal What chapter is it? Let's see. Which chapter is this? There it is. Verse what? Verse 19? Nope, still wrong. Why can't I find this in its very first verse? Let's see. My goodness. There we go. Here's the verse. We shall make you recite so that you will not forget. So Allah says that He makes the Prophet recite the Quran so that he doesn't forget it. And then He contradicts Himself in the very next verse, because then He says, except what Allah wills. Indeed, He knows the manifest and what is hidden. So He'll make you recite the Quran so that you don't forget, unless He wants you to forget. What type of God is that? It's Saturday. Are there any Muslims that are willing to have the conversation? The conversation is this. Muslims have been lying to us. The scholars, well, I shouldn't say scholars, the da'i, the Muslims who do dawah, the Muslims who encourage people to join Islam, they have been lying to us. They have been saying that there's only one Quran, unchanged, unaltered, uncorrupted, word for word, letter for letter, bar for bar, recitation for recitation, the same. But if you question them, are all the recitations of the Quran the same? They say no. But they also say that all the recitations of the Quran are the same. A Muslim says to me, if you take a Muslim from America and you take a Muslim from Africa, they will recite it the exact same way. And yet, if you take a Muslim from Africa who reads the Hafs, you take a Muslim from America who reads the Wash, they won't recite it the same way. My friend Salim tries to fix the problem by saying, if you take two people of Hafs, they will recite it the same. Come on now. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. There's more than one Quran. This topic, it also shows the hypocrisy when it comes to Muslims and how they do math. If you ask a Muslim, how many Qurans are there? They'll say one. Oh, really? Nice, man. Hafs is banned in certain countries because it creates confusion. If you ask a Muslim, let's do maths. How many Qurans do you have? One. How many recitations are there? At least 7. Are these 7? Yes. God bless you, King. See you soon. Dot, dot, dot. Will the contradictions that you claim to have in the Bible change the fact that there's more than one Quran? Hey, dot, dot, dot. You see, running away from the problem, I apologize, running away from the problem doesn't remove the problem. Dot, dot, dot. Is there one Quran or many Quran? Hey? Listen to logical thinking. Hey, dot, dot, dot. Is there one Quran or many? Do you have any of your Muslim friends nearby? There we go. There's only one. Let me invite you up and let's see if we can have a conversation about it. Mega, wait, so you say your friends though are Muslim, so I'm assuming you're not a Muslim, right? Let me just make sure. Oh, nice. So, if the religion of Islam is spread by lies, what does that make the religion? Muslims have been propagating the lie that there's only one Quran. It's been the same since day one, word for word. Tiram, God bless you, my guy. I hope you're good. If it's a lie that there's one Quran, that means what else have they been lying to us about? If they are lying to us about the fact that there's more than one Quran, it shows the hypocrisy, because they claim to have problems with the Bible, and yet they have been lying about their own book. When they use mathematics to count the Qurans, when I apply that same mathematics to Christianity, suddenly it doesn't make sense. That's what I don't like about Islam. There is only one Quran, immortal soul. Let's send you an invite. There is only one Quran according to immortal soul. Let's see if he accepts the invite, and then we can have a decent conversation. Because, firstly, most Muslims believe the lie that there's only one Quran, and they spread this lie, right? And yet, they also affirm that the Quran in recitation differs. So why do you say it differs and then still say it's one? Can two distinct things be one thing? Now that answer is going to give you a clear picture on the mindset of a Muslim. No problem. Check this out, Immortal. Muslims have been claiming that there's only one Quran. Just like you think there's one Quran, right? But when I ask you about the recitations, the qira'at, the aruf, the wayat, all these fancy words for the different ways of reciting the Quran, you'll admit that they are distinct in their reading. You'll have to admit they are distinct in their wording. And begrudgingly, you'll admit they have different meanings as well. The overall message might be the same, but particular verses give you different meanings and even different rulings. All right? Then you'll have to explain to me, okay, since they are different, here's the question. Are the 7 dialects, here's the big question, are the 7 dialects, even though they are distinct in reading, wording, and meaning, are they still the one Quran? And then you'll say, hey, what would your answer be? Are the 7 distinct dialects still the one Quran, even though they differ in reading, wording, and meaning? What would your answer be? Any Muslim. If there's any Muslim here, would you be willing to answer this question? Unfortunately, it seems that I don't have any Muslims in the chat willing to answer the question. It's so hypocritical to say that Christians have 3 gods because we believe that the 3 distinct persons, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, are one in essence. They are one God, even though they are 3 distinct persons. It's hypocritical to say that therefore you have 3 gods when you believe that the 7 dialects, even though they are distinct in reading, wording, and meaning, are still the one Quran. It's hypocritical of you. Give you an example of where the meaning is changed. Here's an easy example. In the one recitation of the Quran, Allah is amazed at how these people mock. Right? In a different reading of the Quran, he says Muhammad is amazed as the people mock. So, which one is the real one? Is Muhammad amazed or is Allah amazed? Or are they both amazed? The meaning between I and the meaning between you is different. Where's that verse that I wanted to speak about? Give me 1 second, guys. I want to show you guys a verse. Tell me if I'm not getting it. All right? Yunus is chapter 12, right? It's chapter 12. Why did it change? Yunus is 12, right? Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. Yunus is 10. 10:16. 10:16. Let me show you guys something really interesting. Chapter 10 verse 16. Let's read this verse together. Chapter 10 verse 16. I want to show you guys something. Now I might be over skeptical. I might be hyper skeptical, right? So bear with me. Let's read this verse together. Let me take away all these translations. I'll leave the Sahih International Translation. Let's read this verse together and figure it out together. Look at what this verse says. Say, if Allah had willed, not I would, corpus. If Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you. Now I need to get a separate verse first. Give me 1 second. I need to get a separate verse first. Where is it? Where is it? Let me just get a separate verse. Because this verse right here, let's read it for what it says. If Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you, nor would He had made it known to you. Okay? What does it mean to say if Allah had willed? Meaning, if Allah wanted to, right? If Allah had wanted it to be this way. If Allah wanted it to be this way, I would not have recited it to you. So, the Prophet reciting the Quran is something that Allah didn't want. If Allah had wanted it, if Allah had willed, then the Prophet would not have recited. So since Allah didn't will, so since the Prophet did recite, it means that Allah didn't will. The Prophet recited against Allah's will. I hope you guys are seeing it. I want to give you a simple verse so that you can understand what I'm saying. Where is it? Come on. Come on. Where is it? Show me the rain. Show me the rain. Here, chapter 57. My apologies, 56. Chapter 56. Chapter 56. Verse 70. Let's just go to it. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. It says, if we willed, if we willed, we could make it better. Talking about the rain, okay? It is, let me just show it to you. It's talking about the rain. And have you seen the water that you drink? Right? The water that you drink? It is is it you who brought it down from the clouds? Or is it we who brought it down? So it's talking about the water that we drink. Now listen to what Allah says about the water that we drink. If we willed, we could make it better. So if Allah wanted to, He could make it bitter. So the reason that it's not bitter is because Allah doesn't will for it to be bitter. See, if He willed it, it would be. If Allah willed, the water would be bitter. The water is not bitter because that is not what Allah wills. This makes perfect sense. It follows. If He wanted to, it would be. There are multiple examples of this. I'll just give you one more just to hit home. Chapter 16, one of my favorite verses in the Quran, 93. Had your Lord willed, He could have made you all one nation. If Allah had willed, He could have made you all one religion. This is a translation in Sahih International. So if He wanted, we would all be one religion. So since we are not all one religion, it is not what Allah wants. You guys see what the Quran says? If Allah wants it this way, then this is how it would be. If Allah wants it this way, we would all be Muslim. If Allah wants it this way, the water would be bitter. Right? Watch what happens when we apply the same logic to this verse. If Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you. So if Allah wanted it this way, the Prophet would not have recited. So it is not Allah's will for the Prophet to recite. You guys see it? If Allah wanted, the Prophet would not recite. So if Allah didn't want, then the Prophet would recite. So the Prophet is reciting against Allah's will. Does anybody else see it? I know my friend Rod sees it. If Allah had willed, the Prophet would not recite. So the Prophet reciting is evidence that Allah didn't will it. It's just an interesting verse. He also says, nor would He have made it known to you. If Allah had willed, if Allah had wanted it to be a certain way, He would not have made the Quran known to you. So the Quran being made known to you means that it's not Allah's will. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. It's what the Quran teaches. Thanks, man. Don't just puff me up, Rod. You're going to get me in trouble. You're going to make me think I'm more than what I am. But I appreciate your support, man. Truly, truly, I appreciate it. Shakil, would you like to have a conversation with me about the fact that there's more than one Quran? It's me. Thanks. I appreciate it. Without a shadow of a doubt, there's more than one Quran. I found the hadith after a little bit of research. I found the hadith, this one, Jami al-Tirmidhi. I'll read it. It's quite small, but I'll read it. Abu Haifa bin Yamam came to Uthman at the time when the people of Sham and the people of Iraq were waging war to conquer Armenia and Azerbaijan. Right? Huzaifa saw the people differing in the forms of the recitation of the Quran. He told Uthman, commander of the believers, save this nation before they differ about the book as the Jews and the Christians did before them. Right? So Uthman sent a message to Hafsa saying, send us the manuscripts so that we may make copies of them in a mushafi, then we shall return it to you. Hafsa sent the manuscripts to Uthman. Uthman sent an order to Zayd bin Thabit, Sayyid bin Alas, Abdurrahman bin, why do I have to read all that? And Abdullah bin Azizur, Az-Zubur. So it's one. Come on now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 people. 4 people. 4 people were in charge of copying, writing, and then transmitting the Quran. Not a committee of people, not a entire board of people. Only 4 people were in charge of the most important document in Islam's history. And just so that you can see, the Prophet wasn't involved at all. The Prophet never saw the Quran that these 4 people have put into a mushaf. Uthman said to the 3 men, in case you disagree with Zayn bin Thabit at any point, then write it in the dialect of the Quraysh, for it was their tongue. So, when they had copied the manuscript, Uthman sent 1 mushaf from the mushafs that they had copied to every province. Zayd said, Kharija bin Zayd narrated to me that Zayd bin Thabit said, I missed an ayah of the Surah Al-Zab that I heard from the Messenger of Allah reciting, among the believers are men who have been true to their covenant with Allah, yada yada yada. There's the verse. So I searched for it and found it with this guy. So I put it in the surah. And Zuri said they differed then with Atabut and Ataba. The Quraysh said it's this, and they disagreed. It was brought to Uthman. He said, put it in the tongue of the Quraysh. Here's the interesting part. Zuri said, Ubaidullah bin Abdullah bin Utma informed me that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud disliked Zayd bin Thabit copying the Musaif, and he said, "O you Muslim people, I am removed from recording the transcription of the Mushaf, and it is overseen by a man. When I accepted Islam, he was but in the loins of a disbelieving man." So one of the prominent scholars of the Quran disagreed with the transmission of the Quran of the guy who did it. And it was regarded that this was Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, "O people of Iraq, keep your mushaf that are with you and conceal them." So Ibn Mas'ud didn't want the Qurans that people had to be burnt. He didn't want that. So the people that were compiling the Quran and the people that you were supposed to take the Quran from didn't agree with one another. The person that the Quran is supposed to be taken from disagreed with Uthman burning his copy. So how can there be one and the same Quran when the people that you're supposed to take the Quran from differ from the people that you got the Quran from? It's clear there's more than one Quran. Ash, why are you manifesting? Would you like to come up and have a conversation? Hey, Ash. Ash is quite enraged. Ash has a bunch of comments that he has saved on his notice board, and he's just spamming them right now. Let me see if I can send Ash an invite. Hopefully he can be human and talk to me. Let's see. Ash, would you like to have a conversation? I guess not, right? He's not accepting the invite. Oh, I've been live for... In the next 10 minutes, I've been live for 3 hours. Hey, Cairo, God bless you. It is clear. Let me show you guys something. Let me play you something. Let me tell you something. Let's play it and listen to the lies that the Muslims have been telling one another and have been telling us. Listen to this. Come now.
These teachers are, mashallah, the most qualified teachers in Europe. How does preservation work? And in other words, how has the Quran been preserved? If it were the case that right now, at this moment, every single mushaf, meaning book or parchment wherein the Quran was inscribed, was to disappear, right now, overnight, in every single Muslim community, you will have exactly the same book, with exactly the same letters, with exactly the same vowelings emerge and be transcribed and be recited out loud amongst every single Muslim community worldwide. That's special. Perfect preservation means there is no...
Did you guys hear that? Let's just play it again.
Preservation work. And in other words, how has the Quran been preserved? If it were the case that right now, at this moment, every single mushaf, meaning book or parchment wherein the Quran was inscribed, was to disappear, right now, overnight, in every single Muslim community, you will have exactly the same book, with exactly the same letters, with exactly the same vowelings emerge and be transcribed and be recited out loud amongst every single Muslim community worldwide. That's special. Perfect. Most qualified.
That's what they teach one another. That's the lies that they are trying to teach us. Did you guys hear that? If every single Quran disappears from the face of the earth, then every single community would bring it back to life with the exact same words, the exact same spelling, the exact same book. Why do they lie to us like this? Hey? Why do the Muslims lie to us and say that all the Qurans are the same, all the words are the same, all the recitations are the same? Why do they lie to us? Is it because without lies, Islam dies? You got my brother to reply to you. Why do Muslims lie to us about this? Why do you say there's only one Quran when you know that it's a lie? Hey? Why do you lie? Phony, my guy, thanks for liking the live. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's been liking the live. I appreciate you guys. I don't ask for it because I don't want people to accuse me of doing this for fame. It's a pacifier. It's a baby bottle because you're crying, my guy. You're crying. That's why I don't ask for likes. I don't want people to say I'm doing it for that reason, all right? I want no shade to be thrown my way in regards to why I do this. Let me do this. I don't want to mute him for 5 minutes because he's boosting the algorithm. Every comment he makes, he boosts the algorithm. He's helping us. But it is quite annoying. You're muting him for 5 minutes. What are you doing? Sure, but man, today seems that I'm not going to be able to speak to as many Muslims as I did. Nice. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. Hopefully, you're going to show me the bacon. You're going to show me the bacon, my chuma. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it a day. I've been live for 3 hours now. Yeah, you can, obviously. I won't stop you. Definitely, just be careful with the front cam. Guys, my brother in Christ would like to show us something in praise of Ash.
There we go.
Check that out.
Yep. And then also here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. On that high note, ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every one of you. I pray that this year God reveals himself to you more than he did any other year. Rod, praises to you, my guy. Really. High blessings to you. I appreciate you being here. Night, blessings to you, my friend. You've been here, and I truly appreciate your presence, your attention, and your time. Obviously, my brother in Christ dude over here, God bless his soul, that it may overflow. I wish that only good things happen to you guys, and that if anything like tribulation comes as account of the word, that you would grow from it. What does the Bible say? Patience. No, what does the Bible say, dude? Sure, but it gives a whole illustration.
I have no idea where you're going now.
It says, faith by love and hope perseverance. That old bowman.
Sorry, I'm lost.
Okay, no problem. I'll get it for the next time. Thanks,
I'm
dude, man. I
focusing on
appreciate it. You must have, yeah,
I'm focusing on
focusing on
sorting
what?
out Ash's bacon. Yeah.
No problem. God bless you guys, man. Have a wonderful day.
God bless, guys. Stay safe.
Bye.
Hang on, it's buffering. Ik ga net weer probeer. Ek dink ek het dit reg
Hallo
gedoen.
Restream. Okay, dan sê vir jou add as moderator.
Ek dink ek het.
Okay.
Ja.
Okay, kos kyk dit gou. Ja, hy's reg. Hy's reg.
Okay.
Alright, as daar enige iemand is wat lelik is met jou, dan sê jy my net. Dan kom ek die kant toe.
Hi, Smitty. Heb je iets gemist? Hello, nobody. Middag, André. Hoe gaat het, nobody? Where is it?
Shane, are we going all day? Are we going all day?
Yep.
I just have to go off when the I have to go off. The neighbor is here. Jammer julle ek moet disconnect. Okay, sien julle nou. I'll come back.
Hello.